Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ali Tahir 60 at your service again, brothers and sisters. I had I promise you I'm corona free at the moment. So apologies for if there's intermittent coughing, but it's not corona related. I did want to raise a very, very important subject again regarding our blessed Wembley Masjid. Given the current climate with coronavirus, COVID-19, call it refer to it as what you may. Schools are shutting tomorrow. Okay, we understand that voluntary organisations, private schools, it's at their discretion as to whether or not they shut. We understand that Harrow School is still remaining open, which is really, really silly. However, our blessed masjid, our blessed committee, God bless them, has, and I was advised by a friend yesterday who is an Uber driver, and his job involves going up and down past the masjid sometimes. There were parents standing outside the masjid allowing their kids to go into madrasa yesterday, into the tuition centre yesterday. So the advice that the masjid has now given them is that they should be open, absolutely fine. We're taking the government's advice that we're going to keep the tuition centre open. The most contagious, where the virus is the most virulent in the population, is in the cohort of 8 to 16-year-olds. They carry the virus around, hold corona in their system, suffer a bout of the coronavirus. They don't even know they've got it, and they bounce it off and they give it to everyone else. Now you're sending kids who are 11, 12, 9 years of age. We know that kids don't have the best possible hygiene, and in a group environment they could be doing anything. Touching surfaces, coughing, spitting, sneezing onto hard surfaces. And we have lots of hard surfaces when you're in a tuition centre environment with desks, plastic desks on some occasions. And what you're having with the masjid is the masjid, for the sake of covering their costs, covering their overheads, paying, the 70% of the £15,000 that they're going to now have to obviously pay for the solicitors the other day, they're keeping the masjid open. So you also have, I'm sorry to say this, parents who were apparently seen standing outside the masjid waiting for their children to come out. So they've paid the fee for the term. Why don't you be sensible? Be the bigger person. Don't wait for Boris Johnson's announcement. Be the bigger person. Take your kids out. Take your kids out of the madrasa. Sorry about the humming. My daughter's got the air fryer on in the back. She's gone into sort of a quarantine mode here. So take your children out of the madrasa. It's voluntary that you send them there. But no, they want to get their money's worth. They want to get every hour of tuition, Quran tuition in. So they're sending their kids, risking their lives. So these kids bring home a virulent strain of corona. They hand it to their parents, who get ill in turn, and then in turn go and hand it on to their grandparents. These kids, 100 plus? They're gonna give, obviously, the virus, one can only assume, to one another in that setting, in that environment. 2 hours of close proximity, arm's reach environment, and then go home. Schools are off tomorrow. Hand it to their grandparents, who will not have the immune system to fend off the coronavirus. This is all due to the committee not having the backbone to shut the masjid. Take the financial hit and shut the masjid down. Do not risk the lives of the children and of our grandparents and of our general population. Masjids such as Monks Park were also advised yesterday to shut the masjid. They shut it yesterday, but again they dragged their heels on this matter and waited for Boris Johnson's announcement. They waited for the government's announcement. Boris Johnson the government has made a mistake. Every other country in Europe, the World Health Organization has advised. It's down to the discretion of every individual state in this world, country in this world, to make their own decision as to whether or not, how they manage their local population, how they manage this, the outbreak of corona, and what sort of contingencies they put in place. Shouldn't we be many masjids have closed. Luton, I've got a list, I'm going to pop it alongside of me. Someone sent me a list of all the masjids. They're spread out from north to south throughout the country. And they've taken a wise choice just to shut down, just to wade the storm through, to assist this delay phase that Boris Johnson has been talking about. However, subhanAllah, Wembley Masjid chooses to remain open to provide a hotbed, a hive of contamination, which these young children, innocent young children, unbeknown to them, are now going to pass on to their grandchildren, just to ensure that they don't upset the parents. And the parents are being selfish. If they had any sense, they would take their children out. They would take their It's not necessary. By law, yes, they were required to attend school up until the day that Boris Johnson announced that it's no longer safe for our children to attend school because it's actually exacerbating the virus. Right, that's fine. Okay, so why don't you then take your children out in madrasa? I wonder, is the tuition center, I keep on calling it madrasa, it legitimizes it. I wonder if the tuition center is open today. I wonder if they're still allowing children to go in there, and again, look, they will bounce off the virus. They're like a rubber band, they will bounce off the virus. I wonder if the tuition center is going to be open again today. I wonder. If anyone, obviously I can't go anywhere near the mosque. It's obviously, it's part of my bail conditions. But I wonder if the mosque, if the tuition center will be open again. It is down to the Wembley Central Masjid Committee to be the bigger person here, to make that comprehensive decision to save people's lives. That's what they're supposed to do. Don't leave it open. Do not endanger the lives of our elders, of our working population. The damage has been done. They saw that this was coming. Some masjids took the step earlier to close early on in the week. Some masjids closed yesterday, the day before yesterday. Monks Park, I understand. But what is Wembley Central Masjid doing? Still remaining open, providing a hotbed of infestation, of infection to then go back, subhanAllah. And the way this virus is working is, 15 minutes contact within a meter of one another? That's all you need to hand the virus to another person. There are some occupations that are requiring people to go out there. However, are these children of key health workers? No. So why are they going there? Please, parents, if your children are still attending the tuition center, and this is not about our peaceful initiative to have the mosque back into rightful hands. This is about your own health and safety, or the longevity, of our elders, keeping them safe. And unfortunately, the children will. All the research is indicating that the children are the most virulent. They will survive this. However, we can't say anything for people who are over 65, over 70. Please, please, let's just go with the government's advice on this. Please, Wembley Central Masjid, it's the safer decision. Please, I hope that parents are listening out there. Take the government's advice. I hope that the masjid, the tuition center, is not open again. And, it's going to be a massive slap on the face of our community that you're opening it just so as not to upset the parents, so as and the parents should be smarter. You're not gonna. How much money are you going to lose? How many classes of Quran tuition are there? Are you effectively going to lose? It's not worth it. Take your children out of there. Over and out. That's the only update that I have for today. The country is in the grips of coronavirus. People are stockpiling. I've been guilty of doing it myself. I'll be absolutely honest with you. People are stockpiling. Alhamdulillah. But we got to think about our elders. We have to think about the more vulnerable. What I've seen. We have to think about the people who are more vulnerable in our society. Who live amongst us. Please, if there's any elderly people out there, knock on their doors. Find out if they're okay. Okay, find out if they don't need anything. I've been to lots of stores today just to find flour. I haven't found it. Okay. However, there is still stuff available. But again, harking back to Wembley Central Masjid, please, parents, if Wembley Central Masjid Committee has not made the decision to stop the tuition centre, then please be the bigger person, be the smarter person, be the more intelligent individual. Take that decision. Take your children out, please. Please take your children out. It is an unsafe environment. You don't know how, you don't know what sort of strain. We do not know enough about coronavirus. We do not know enough about coronavirus. And this shouldn't be a financial decision. This should be a decision based on one's health and safety, and so on and so forth. Over and out. I'm not going to repeat myself, but please, this is a very, very important decision. I do hope that someone higher, the powers that be are listening to this, and someone, does take a step to not endanger children's lives or the lives of our elders. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ali Tahir 60 signing out.